since Mayor Mamdani took office, powered by the promise of making the nation's largest city more affordable. But now he's floating this idea of raising property taxes for all. And New Yorkers, well, we know they're never shy to share their own opinions. Eyewitness News reporter Stefan Kim with their message for the mayor tonight.
I don't plan to move. It's my home. I'm not leaving.
This two-story single-family home in Cambria Heights is Vivian Campbell's American dream come true. His starter home that has become his forever home.
The greatest thing to happen to me.
He bought it just after graduating college in the 1990s. If you step inside, he even has a stack of CDs to prove it. The retired real estate professional who was on a fixed income recently poured almost $35,000 into a new front porch and a new roof. But now with Mayor Mamdani proposing a property tax increase, he feels duped.
Do you feel like he lied to you?
He'll not feel. He lied. Not feel. It's obvious.
That's why Campbell was among the dozens of homeowners in Southeast Queens who turned out for what they say was an emergency response to the mayor.
Mayor Zohan Mamdani, you are out your goddamn mind.
Oh, wow.
To the mayor, with the greatest respect, in every campaign speech, in every debate where you engage, we opened our ears to listen.
Yeah, you listen.
Now today, accept the words echoing from us now. Do your job as mayor and leave our taxes out.
To close a $5.4 billion budget gap, the mayor says he has two options: convince Governor Hochul to tax the wealthy, which she refuses to do, or raise the city property tax rate by 9.5%.
Faced with no other choice, the city would have to exercise the only revenue lever fully within our own control.
Yeah.
We would have to raise property taxes.
But the city council would have to approve the measure, and Council Speaker Julie Menon says the proposal should not be on the table whatsoever. Meanwhile, Hochul, for her part, is unlikely to soften her position as she faces re-election this year.
Yeah.
You are giving only two options. You're saying if we don't tax the rich, then I got to increase property taxes. We are not a pawn in Southeast Queens. We are not part of your negotiation tactics.
Oh,
In
yes,
Queens.
you are. New Yorkers, why are you so angry? Let's take a listen to this, the next clip.
I'm down here, piece of shit. You didn't even mention that black girl, that black woman that was found in a garbage bag. You didn't even have the respect to make a statement about that black girl's body chopped up in a garbage bag. And if she was a white woman, you would have made a statement. And if she was a Jew, you might have said something too. And shame on your shame on you. You should be ashamed of yourself that you didn't have the respect to mention that woman. Michelle Montgomery is her name. And you didn't even have the decency to mention her name and make a statement. Yeah, you ride off, sucker. Ride off.
Oh my God, the honeymoon has come to an end. He is being told, Mayor Mamdani, to ride on sucker and leave our property taxes alone. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Everyday Rampant, where we discuss everything, of course, politics, sports, and any entertainment. And today we are talking about the New York City Mayor, Mamdani. I believe that's how he says his name. And we're going to discuss, why is New Yorkers so upset now? What happened? Everyone was in love with him. Everyone was ready for this radical change once again. Everyone was rah-rah, fist in the air. We're going to be socialists. This is what we want. We want affordable housing. We want free rides, bus rides. We want free transportation. We want reduced cost of food. We want government, what is it called? Government grocery stores. We want everything government. We want free. But here's the question that I don't understand, why no one asks themselves. How are you going to get all this free stuff? New York, you are one of the first states that was incorporated in the United States. One of the first, of course, you know, when the whole country was developed by the British. And you all should know better than anyone else in this country. anyone else in this country, that where is the money going to come from? I'm going to let y'all think about that. All these promises that he made to y'all, where do you think that money was coming from? Where do you think it's coming from? What corporations are going to get tax heavy? What wealthy people are going to get tax heavy? Because the taxes are really created to help those who are wealthy. This is a capitalist society we live in. We all know this, okay? Capitalism does work. That's why we have a middle class. If it wasn't capitalism, you would either have the wealthy and the poor. There will be no in between. That's why this country is so great. So you all are allowing someone like Mamdani to come in and sell you socialist, soon to be communist ideals and practices. Socialism is take 50% from the wealthy and then distribute it to everyone else. That is not what made America great. I'm sorry. I know you want to believe it, but it doesn't. So how are you going to have free transportation rides? How are you going to have government-funded grocery stores? Who do you really think was going to pay for all this stuff? Like, let's just be honest with ourselves. Let's stop kidding ourselves. A lot of us are old enough to understand the money comes from the taxpayer. Everything that the government spends comes from taxpayers. So why are you all upset? I don't even understand some of the citizens now in Queens upset and say, leave our property taxes alone. No. There's no money in New York City. There's no money in New York. The governor, and I just did a video on that and go check it out. New York is going broke. Why? Because you ran away the people who made the money. You ran away the people who could create jobs and get people to work. And you know where they went? They're down in Florida, or they're now going to Texas. No one with a lot of money wants to be in New York City because it's too expensive. And it's too expensive not because it's just a luxury life. It's too expensive because everybody's living off of us. New York City, I think, spent over $100 billion on illegal immigrants. Over $100 billion for illegal immigrants. Who do you think has to foot the bill for that? Taxpayers, you. Men and women in Queens, a woman who's outside of the church calling him a sucker. You all, and I hate to call people names, but I'm going to call it. You all are the suckers. You believed him. You fell for this socialist agenda. This is what socialism is. Anybody that has anything has to be taxed so that those who don't have, they're the ones who's going to get everything for free. If you get up and work every day and own your home, or you're, still, paying for a mortgage, socialism doesn't benefit you. Socialism takes from you, and it squeezes everything out of you. So the person who came over here illegal, or the person who's decided, I'm just going to live off the government because New York, the New York mayor is going to take care of me because, and we don't want to generalize people, but we have to tell the truth. And the numbers came out that it's more Muslims that are on welfare, more Muslims that are getting these government subsidies. These are his people coming over into this country, living off of your tax dollars. So let me tell you how things work under socialism. And socialism, and I'm so grateful for some of the Romanians I came in contact to, and some Russians who lived through a part of communism. Socialism is the gateway to communism. So all of you all who are sitting there right now in Queens complaining about your homes, let me tell you what's going to happen to your homes under socialism that's going to become communist. What they're going to do is decide at one point, you know what? You have a 4-bedroom house. You have maybe, I'll say 3.5 bathrooms. And we feel like you and your family of 4, that's too much space for you guys. Another family of 4, if they want to, they can come and live with you. That's what communist looks like. That's how it starts, through socialism, taken from you. So now what he's going to do, raise your property tax. your property tax go up high. You can no longer afford to live there. You're probably going to be forced to move maybe into an apartment or to a lesser home. He said he's not going anywhere. Well, yes, you are, because they're going to run you out. And guess what's going to happen? The government is going to come buy up those homes, and he's going to move in his people who don't want to work into your house while you still figure out, how am I going to work so I can pay for these people to live for free? That is socialism turning into communism. And I'm going to bring up communists because that's what it does. Socialism is nothing but a gateway to communism. Simple as that. And you all sat here and voted for this. You sat here and believed that somebody could give you free transportation rides. How is that even possible? How is that possible? Someone has to pay for the train to operate. Somebody has to pay for the maintenance. Somebody has to pay for the train conductor. Someone has to pay for, if you now want to let the train be AI conducted and AI. Someone has to pay for the technology. Somebody has to keep up with the technology. Somebody has to prove the technology. There's so much money that has to go in to something being free. And guess where their money is coming from? The money is just not sitting there in New York State's budget. There has to be an increase somewhere. So since he said either we tax the wealthy, and I only have two options. I have to tax the wealthy, which that's never going to happen because they're leaving and have left. Or I'm going to tax you. Yeah, you. The one who voted for me, the one who believed that I could deliver on free, not understanding, free means it comes out of your pockets. Yeah, you. Those people sitting there in Queens, Jamaica, Queens, talking about your house and how you fixed your roof and your porch. Yeah. You all are going to pay for that. You're going to pay for these lazy people that they keep bringing over into New York, because New York City specifically is a sanctuary city. And they're going to keep bringing these illegal immigrants over, bringing over people who just don't want to work. And they're going to live off of you. They're going to drain your pockets dry. And that's what it means when you go into socialism. Half of the people work, the other half don't work. And when the half who work is drained dry, then we have to move into communists, because now the government has to purchase everything, and now the government has to decide who to distribute things to. We have to condense. So that means a one-family home will now turn into, instead of 4 people, we're going to put 8 people in there. 8 people in a 4-bedroom home. Because that's what it is. And that's what I've been told. And you do research. That's what communist is. This is what socialism is. So now everybody that voted for him, get ready for your taxes to be raised tremendously. Get ready to start losing your home. And he doesn't care. He knew good and well when he came into the office, there was no money for him. There's no money. He has no money. Repeat after me. There's no money in New York State City to give you all free rides, free grocery stores, free. Nothing's free. Somebody got to pay for it, and it's always the hardworking people. Corporations, they understand the tax codes and what they're doing. They bailed out. She told them to leave years ago. They packed up their stuff and they left. When Trump exited New York and went down to Florida, that was a telltale sign of what every billionaire and millionaire was going to do. He gave you all the opportunity to leave, but you stayed, you listened to this rhetoric, and now you're out on the street crying. And I'm sorry to tell you, but your property taxes are going to be raised. You're going to foot the bill for all this free stuff that you were rah-rah and cheering for. Now, as for the lady, I played that clip because I was like, I can't believe someone would stand outside the church and do all that yelling. No, Mamdani doesn't care. I don't know who the lady is, but he doesn't care for the citizens of New York. He's only concerned with people who are coming from his country who are looking to live off of you. If you are a hardworking person like the people in Queens, you're out there complaining. He's looking at you like, you don't need that home. You can work harder to help somebody else. No. Anybody that comes into this country should come into this country working, not coming into this country getting on government assistance. So yes, everyone in New York City, I am here to make the public announcement. your property taxes are going to be raised. The governor of New York is not going to tax the corporation. She's not taxing the rich. She has already said it. She is not, because she needs the people that she ran to Florida to come back here. She said in New York, we need people who can start businesses. We need people who have creative ideas because they need the money. New York, which should have been who at one time was the greatest state in the world, is now going broke, and they're going to be broke soon. And Mamdani is simply telling you, because there is no money, that U.S. taxpayers, you're going to have to foot the bill. So everyone, let's get this discussion going. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me how you think about New Yorkers. New Yorkers, if you're in here, the ones that were in Queens, let me know how you feel, because this honeymoon is over. You're paying taxes. It's going to be raised. And you could be out, you could get upset, you could get mad, but this is the only way things are going to be free. Free means you, the taxpayers, are going to pay for that free stuff. You won't benefit off it. But all these lazy people that they putting in these shelters, all these lazy people who have learned how to beat the system, they are the ones that are going to get the funding. And he's going to make sure of it. And you're going to get nothing but go out and get a second job so you can pay for your increase in taxes. So once again, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to hit the like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell so you're always notified when there's a new video uploaded. And remember, remain curious and stay bold. And I'll see you all in the next video.